Hello there, my beautiful friends. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie. I will be your yoga teacher for today. We are going to be stretching our entire bodies today. The only thing that you're going to need is a block, and you don't have to have a block. You could also use a pillow or a rolled up blanket. The only things that we're going to actually use it for will be our seated position to make it easier to sit here. We're not going for power today. We're just going to stretch. And then we'll also need it at the very end because I would like for us to end in our heart opening Shavasana. All of us love to text and all of those things, so I want to include that as much as possible. So let's go ahead and start in your most beautiful, comfy seated position. Whether you like it or not, I would ask you today to sit your hips up on the block. Just try it and see how it feels. And then bring one leg in, the other, and allow the knees to drop down to the sides. Once you get here, go ahead and take your hands to your knees and close your eyes. Roll those shoulder blades back, puffing that chest slightly. And just begin to drop in here. How are you feeling today? How are the thoughts? This would be a great time to set your intention. What brought you to this mat? What's going to keep you here the whole time? And then once you have that set, we go ahead and bring our attention to the breath. Nice steady inhales and exhales. Making sure to fill up that belly and not just the chest. A great way to release anxiety and be present. Go ahead and butterfly those eyelids open and take your gaze to the right. Back through center and gaze to the left. And back to center. Go ahead and drop right ear, right shoulder. Maybe taking that right hand on the head. Gentle pressure here. If you're still not feeling anything, you can take that left hand out long. And release that hand, chin to chest. Maybe interlacing those hands and taking them on the top of that head. A little gentle pressure here too. This one's probably my favorite one. And release that interlace. Come back up and left ear, left shoulder. If you tuck your hand on your head on the other side, go ahead and take that left hand on your head. Little gentle pressure. And of course, if this is giving you no sensation, go ahead and take that right hand out long. And breathe. And release. Beautiful. Go ahead and look up, stretching all through the front of that neck. And back to center. Very nice. Let's go into our twist. So left hand to right knee, right hand comes behind us. Gaze is towards the back of the room. Inhale, back to center. Right hand, left knee. Left hand comes behind. And the gaze goes behind. Feel really, really yummy. Back to center. Let's go ahead and take some side stretches. So go ahead and plant that left hand down beside of you and sweep that right arm up and overhead. If you're seated up on the block, you're going to notice the difference here. It's a good thing. Being aware of the differences, the different types of stretching. A little block can really deepen this stretch. Trying to keep that chest lifted, gaze is up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And another side. Planting that right hand down, left hand sweeping up and over. And the same things over here. Making sure the chest is lifted and the gaze is up towards the sky. Nice. Go ahead and inhale back to center. And let's go ahead and walk the fingers forward. It's going to feel weird because our sits bones are up on this block. You might be able to come a little further than normal. Just breathing. Feeling that release in the back. And slowly walking back up to our comfy seat. I'm going to go ahead and remove the block and we're going to come around into an all fours position. So once we get here, making sure that our hips are over our knees. They're about hip width apart. And our hands are about shoulder width apart and our shoulders are over our wrists and our gaze is in between the thumbs. Once you get here, we're going to do some cat-cow. So go ahead and drop that belly, lift that chest on the inhale. And exhale, we round through the spine. Go ahead and do a few of these with your own breath. Matching that breath to the movement. Remembering inhaling with that lift and exhaling with the round. And one more inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Go ahead and step that right foot behind that left foot. And open up and send that right arm up towards the sky. Little gate pose here. You can pivot that left foot to give yourself better balance if you need. Breathing. Maybe taking that hand out long in front, feeling that stretch all down the right side body. And right hand back up. And we're going to go ahead and bring that right knee back down, leaving the right hand up in the sky. And then we're going to thread the needle, so threading through that left area. And then dropping that right shoulder down. Left arm up in the sky. And we have options here. We can take this left arm out in front of our head. Really feeling the side stretch down the left now. Or we can take a bond, trying to take that left hand to the right thigh, really opening up through the chest and the shoulder here on the left side too. Gaze is up towards the ceiling or at your right hand, whatever feels best for you. And one more inhale and exhale here. then the inhale, we unbind, and we plant that left hand down, and exhale, that right hand sweeps up towards the sky. Beautiful. Right hand plants. So go ahead and find our all fours position again. And we're going to step that left foot behind the right, and the left hand sweeps up towards the ceiling. A little gate pose here. Same options. You can pivot this right foot if you need to. Help with the balance. And we're breathing. Have you taken that left hand out long in front of your, or, behind your head there? Really deepen in the stretch to the left side body. Beautiful. Left hand goes back up towards the sky. Leaving that left hand back up, planting that left knee down, and coming in for threading the needle through this right side. So once you get down on that left shoulder, you can send that right hand up towards the sky. And same options. We're going to take that right hand out long, out on top of our head here. Or we can take it and bind to the left thigh. Whatever stretch you're looking for, let's find what your body's calling for and be there. And inhale and exhale. Inhale, we release that bind. Exhale, we push up. Left hand goes back up. And release. Beautiful. Go ahead and walk those knees slightly back. And walk the hands forward, dropping down into puppy pose here. If you're living in a slightly more open body, you can come up on those fingertips here. Forehead can be on the mat, chin can be on the mat, or gaze can be forward, whichever feels best for you here. Getting that opening all through the shoulders. And we're going to come roll through into Sphinx. So dropping those forearms down. So our forearms are under our shoulders here. Hands are firmly gripping the mat. Gaze is forward. Chest is lifted. We are smiling, happy yogis here. Just breathing. And release all the way down. Beautiful. We're going to take our hands to the outside edges of the mat. You can come up on your fingertips too if you like that. But we're going to do baby cobra. So go ahead and push up. Little baby cobra. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, we fold. So nice. More shoulder stretching. Okay, so we're going to take our arms out into a T here. This should feel nice, expansive and open. And we are going to kick over with our right foot. So we're stretching all down that left shoulder here. You can use this right foot as a little kickstand to stop you. And you can take that right hand behind you. Just wherever it lands is perfect. Breathe. As always, there should not be any shooting or sharp stabbing pains. A little level of discomfort is normal, but it should not be painful. If it is, just come out of it and don't push yourself so deep. Beautiful. Inhale, we'll bring that right hand back over to the mat and kick that right foot back. Coming and back on our belly and our T here. And once we get here, we're going to use that left leg to kick us over to the other side. Stretching all down this right shoulder now. Taking this left hand behind us. Wherever it falls is fine. Really focusing on sending that breath to the tight areas in that shoulder. Very, very slowly we come back around on our bellies here. Go ahead and take your hands under your thighs and lift those legs up. A little locust pose here. Working into that low back. Breathing. And release. Very, very good. We're going to tuck the toes, plant the hands, and ever so slowly we're going to come into our downward dog. So just slowly work your way. Here's our first down dog of the day. So go ahead, take that dog on a walk. Pedaling through the feet, really getting deep into our hamstrings here. Pressing equally through both shoulders, no collapsing. And breathing. Inhales and exhales. Once you feel good here, go ahead and take the feet out a little wider. We're going to do our twist here. So this is definitely working our balance and twisting at the same time. So we take our legs out to widen us so that the balance is a little easier. And we're going to challenge ourselves and try to take that right hand to that left ankle or shin. So wherever we are, we're trying to look under that left armpit. Breathing. Smiling. And release that right hand. Recenter yourself. And then we're going to bring the left hand to the right shin or ankle. Looking under that right shoulder now. Nice inhales and exhales here. And release. Very nice. Go ahead and bring the feet back to the center. Go ahead and come up on those tippy toes and try to get the belly to the thighs here. Really bending in through the knees. This is going to stretch the toes and really stretch the shoulders too. And then push back up. Heels drop down into our downward dog. Very nice. Let's go ahead and pivot the heels over to the left. Stretch it all through that right side body here. Inhale back to center. Pivot those legs over to the right. Or heels over to the right. Now we get the stretch all down the left side body. Inhale back to center. Very nice. Take an inhale and an exhale here. Come up on the tiptoes, and ever so slowly we're going to walk to the top of our mat here. Once you get here, go ahead and hinge at those hips, allowing your head to come over. Interlace the hands behind your back, and then allow them to fall forward. Really feeling the stretch all in the shoulders here, along with the hamstrings. And we breathe. One more deep inhale and exhale here. And release that. Interlace with the hands. Let's go ahead and come up, halfway lift. Lengthen through that spine. Nice long neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll root to rise. Just peeling ourselves up all the way to standing. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale them down through heart center. Very nice. Just take a moment, noticing how you feel here. Feeling the energy that we've worked up thus far. Maybe saying thank you, body, for allowing me to do this. Thank you for allowing me to take care of this vessel that gets me everywhere I'd like to go. Thank you for taking care of this mind, not letting it be negative, finding the positive and the optimism in life. Thank you. Thank you. So much to be grateful for. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, slice through that sky. Come on down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and step both the feet back. Lower down the knees, the chest and the chin. And then I want you to pause here. Feeling into this. That low back is being stretched right now. The sits bones are up towards the sky. And we exhale to come all the way through to our baby Cobra. And everybody pushes back into a child's pose. Active, so keep the arms forward. Forehead drops down. Inhale and exhale. And allow your next inhale to roll you up. And tuck those feet and come on in, downward facing dog. Very nice. Go ahead and sweep that right leg up. 3-leg dog. You can bend that leg, opening up through the hips, just keeping the shoulders square, pressing equally through both of them. And then go ahead and roll forward. We're going to bring that right foot in between the hands, drop down that left knee. And here we are in our low lunge. You can interlace your hands on that right knee here. Breathe. This is like our first time back up since we were in seated. Just breathing here. Really feeling that stretch in this right hip, and then of course this left hip flexor. Very nice. Plant that left hand down beside that right foot. I'm going to go ahead and tuck those left toes, send that knee up, and right hand goes up towards the sky. Revolved side angle. Really feeling this twist. Maybe taking that right hand back behind you. Might get you a little spine poppage going on here. Back up. And then maybe take that right hand back again. Feeling into that. A little twist in the spine. And back up. Beautiful. Coming down to Skandasana on this right side. Bringing hands to heart center. Breathe. Go ahead and sit back onto your left leg. Okay, we're going to do a side stretch here. I just want you to give it the best you got, okay? I know this is interesting. Taking the left hand to the right shin, ankle, wherever you can grab here. Sending this right arm up and overhead. Maybe grabbing for the foot. Very deep stretch here. You're just breathing. And we are smiling. No matter where we are happy to be here working on our bodies. Very slowly, we come back up. We frame this right foot and we step it back into our downward facing dog. Just be here for a second. I'm not vinyasing you today, but I do want you to pause here. And if you want to pause in child's pose, we have time for that. So if you would like to take a child's pose before we go to the other side, be my guest. Otherwise, we're just chilling in down dog. You are doing excellent. If you're in child's pose, you can go ahead and roll yourself back up through down dog. And on an inhale, we lift that left leg up towards the sky. Square shoulders here. You can open the hips. You can bend that knee, whatever feels good for you. We're going to roll forward and bring in that foot in between the hands. Go ahead and drop that right knee. And inhale, we come up. And we're in our low lunge. And release those hands on that, right below that left knee. Feeling into this. How does this feel different than the other side? You feel this compression on the left and this opening of that hip flexor on the right now. Feeling how different the sides can feel is so drastic sometimes, but it's beneficial to notice. All right, exhale. We plant that hand. We tuck those toes and we send that right hand up towards the sky. Same thing, our left hand. We got our left hand up towards the sky. Same thing as the other side. If you feel good here, we just stay here. If you want to take this hand behind you, let's do that. Send it back up. And take it behind you again. This really deepens it by adding an element of a little more of a twist. Because now I'm pulling all in that left ham or outer T-band really. Okay, inhale, we come back to center and we're dropping over left side Skandasana. Chest is lifted, spine is nice and long here. Hands are at heart center. Breathing. And gracefully we sit back, leaving everything where it is, and wherever we are there and we are happy about it. If we want to take it deeper, we're going to take this right hand to the left ankle. Left hand's going to sweep up and overhead to try to grab that right foot. And breathe. Wherever you are, we are breathing. We are sending loving thoughts to ourselves. Such a lovely stretch. Ever so slowly, we peel ourselves up. We frame that foot, pivoting on the other back foot and coming back to our low lunge and then stepping back down dog. Same things as the other side or last time. If you want to meet in a child's pose and take a little risk, I do ask you to do that. Otherwise, we're just going to chill here in down dog again. Nice inhales and exhales. Maybe taking a bend through the knees and allowing the shoulders to get the stretch this time. Maybe closing the eyes down wherever you are for a second. So nice. Next up, we're coming into a wide-legged fold. So if you're in child's pose, you can go and stand up and just widen your legs and come in. Otherwise, if you're in down dog, we're going to step the right foot forward, pivot it towards the front of the mat, walk the hands forward, pivot the left foot, and here we are in our wide-legged forward fold. We're just going to fold here. So hinging at those hips and allowing the upper body to hang down heavy here. Swaying left to right here if that feels nice for you. With inhales and exhales through that nose. Maybe taking the hands to the ankles and pulling yourself deeper. And slowly heel-toeing those feet together, dropping the hips down and coming in for our Yogi Squat, taking the elbows to the knees, growing that spine nice and long here, hands at heart center. Gently, we're going to sit back onto our booties. And send the legs out long, coming in for our Padimottanasana, seated forward fold. If you want to sit on the block, please be my guest. And on the inhale, arms up, bend those knees, and exhale, we fold. Nice long spine. We hinge at those hips to keep the spine long. Gaze is forward, not down. And slowly we can peel ourselves up. Go ahead and pull that right knee in. Go ahead and give it a big hug with your left arm. Big ol' hug there. And then send that right arm up and overhead, coming all the way around behind us. Nice, beautiful twist. Breathing big in the belly. Just because we are compressing it does not mean that we only breathe into the chest. Oh yeah, and exhale. We come around, do a little counter twist to the left. And send that right leg out. And go ahead and pull that left leg up. Give it a big hug with the right arm. And the left hand comes up and overhead, around and back for our twist here. We are smiling. We're happy. We are working on ourselves. And inhale. Go ahead and do the counter twist to the right. Beautiful. And we're going to open up into our wide-legged seat position here. So we want to make sure feet are pointed up or pointed back. We don't want them splaying forward. All right, once you're here, go ahead and sit up nice and tall. And then slowly, keeping the spine straight, walk the hands forward, keeping the feet up. And here we are, and we breathe. Maybe closing the eyes down. Sending loving thoughts to ourselves. Gently, we begin to walk ourselves back up. We're going to bring our feet together for cobbler. Once you get them there, go ahead and grab the ankles and just sit up nice and tall here. Maybe take a butterfly with those legs. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands to the feet, open them up like a book, and folding, using the elbows against the knees to deepen it, and just showing our feet some love here. Our feet take us everywhere, and they do not get enough appreciation. So this is a great way to show your feet some love. I have to admit that before yoga, I don't think I ever gave myself a foot massage. So yoga has definitely made me way more appreciative of the simple things that I have with me all the time. We never have to go searching for them. They are there. Very nice. Go ahead and bring those together. And we're going to come around and get on our backs. We're coming for bridge. So you want your feet about hip width apart. And then come onto your back. Making sure you can feel those heels. And we're going to allow an inhale to lift our hips up and engage those glutes and thighs. And release those hands and tuck those shoulders. Lifting through that chest, pressing up through the hips. We're only doing this once, so go ahead and give it all you got, as stretchy as you can be here. Breathing. And release those hands. Release the booty and windshield wiper those legs. Left to right. Coming in for our happy baby next. So go ahead and send those legs up. And then we can either pull from the shins or the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Whatever feels best to you. Go ahead and pull them. We're just pulling our knees towards our armpits. It's a general direction. They're not actually going to make it there. And you can sway left or right, giving yourself a nice little spinal massage, or you can find stillness and close those eyes down. So nice. Hugging those knees. Yes. And we are going to take our arms into T. Wrap that right foot around the left leg, and we're dropping over towards the right. So go ahead and take your gaze towards that left hand. Breathing. Both shoulders on the mat. And now back to center. And let's switch legs. So right leg comes down, left leg goes over, right. And we send them over towards the left. Gaze goes towards the right. Just breathing. And now back to center. Go ahead and give yourself a nice big hug. Before we come in for our Shavasana, we're doing our heart open in Shavasana. So you'll need your 2 blocks. And one for your head, one for your back. So I like to put this one right there at my low back. It comes to about the top of my shoulder blades. And then this one captures my head. Yes. Legs can go out long or in cobbler, whatever you prefer. And send the arms out by your sides. And drop it in for our Shavasana here. We all sit on phones and TVs and driving. And I feel like this is something that could be beneficial for the collective. Just 10 minutes a week would be all that would be necessary. Opening up that heart space, cracking open that chest, allowing ourselves some vulnerability here. I think that planet Earth could use more of it. It all starts with us. We are the change. Allowing your body to absorb all that energy you worked up. Ever so slowly, we bring the feeling back in by wiggling those toes and feet. Slowly removing the blocks and rolling over onto one side. Using your elbow as a little pillow. And then we push up into our comfortable seat. Once you get here, go and close the eyes down and bring the right hand on the heart, left hand over right. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself today. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. Namaste.